it's all to play for still.
I think so. Do you want to bet against us?
Where is everyone? I don't know why I can't turn this off. There we go. I didn't. Just like Aston Villa's performance today, there was a glitch in my system too. But Aston Villa 0, Spurs 4, and possibly the worst outcome from today, barring injuries, I think, to any players. That was the only thing that went right for us today. Was I think we came out of it without any noticeable injuries to any players, but really bad day at the office. Really bad day at Villa Park. Really bad day under the big spotlight of getting into top 4, conceding 4 goals. Spurs now have a better goal difference than us. They also have a game in hand on us as well, and they're 2 points behind us. And Aston Villa kind of very much went down with a whimper, I think, today as well. It was, for me, just a poor performance. There was times when we looked like we were getting into this game. There was times when we looked like in the first half when we looked like we were getting on top. When we get to halftime, and I think, you know what, I think we'll probably be the happier of both of the two sides in how we finished the half and I suppose how things started to go. And then, as has been our issue all season, when we come out in the second half, we concede 2 goals in the first 10 minutes in the second half. I was conceding goals just before halftime or after halftime has been a real Achilles heel of this team. And then from there, we had no leadership. Once again, when these games go south quickly, we tend to allow them to go south in the field, and we don't tend to hunker down, and we don't tend to try for damage limitation. And obviously, John McGinn gets sent off. I have my own views on that. I think there's no need to make a tackle where he does. I certainly don't think he needs to steam in like that. I can agree with people thinking it's only a yellow card, but for me, there's only one man there that needs to hold his hands up, and that's John McGinn. And, you know, we're going to be without him now for 3 games. And that, to me, is probably the worst part of what's happened today, is one of the few irreplaceable players on the team. John McGinn has gone in, and you can, like, as I say, if you want it, if you think it's a yellow card or you think it's a red card, that's absolutely fine. But for me, I just look back at it and I go, where that challenge was made and there was no chance of a quick break. I just can't understand why you would even make a challenge there like that, or a challenge of any sort like that there when a doggy was gone past. But anyway, I'm sure I will have counter arguments towards that in the comments as well, and everybody's more than entitled to their opinion. I heard Paddy join, but I can't see him. Once again, I'm still working off bloody hotspot here. Oh, there he is. Paddy, you're able to let yourself join there. Perfect.
Yeah, for the last 3 minutes.
I knew you joined. I couldn't click on you to add you because I don't see you on my overlay screen here at all, Paddy. But I'm not going to ask you how you are. You were just about to go over here. Yeah, that's why I was saying, if you're there, can you leave yourself in? But I'm not going to ask you how you are, because I think I can answer that question, Paddy. But bad day at the office, really poor day at the office, and one I think that will have a lot of people kind of going, I don't know, I don't know. No, that's been a real bitter one now. I think even for the next couple of weeks, that's going to be that's one we want back.
Well, to answer your question, I'm absolutely fine, Neil. I'm absolutely fine. I'm frustrated, but I'm fine. And obviously there's one huge talking point that has my ire today. And the reason I'm annoyed is because we've got to play 3 games now without our influential John McGinn, which means somebody is going to have to step up, and I don't know who that somebody is. So for that reason alone, I'm pissed off. Was it a red card? I would say 1,000,000% it wasn't a red card. And I think if that happens even further up the pitch, because it's not because it happens right in front of the Spurs dugout, this fucking idiot with a whistle just dived in. You could hear in the Sky Sports commentary the shock that the red card was dished out. And then as the replays went on, they obviously got word in their ear that they needed to be more sympathetic towards Spurs and to say it was a red card, because, I'm sorry, under any stretch of the imagination, if he went in and made contact with the sole of his foot, or, came off his feet and was reckless, fine. absolutely fine. And I agree with you. It was a stupid place to put in that type of challenge, but it was a
That's
foul.
to me.
But it was a foul. It was a foul. It was a yellow card because he was late. If that's a red card,
Yeah.
I guarantee you, all of the rhetoric that was going on all week about Matty Cash, and this is all played into it 100%, and they fucking fell for it. They fell for a hook, line, and sinker. Fair play to PGMOL. They're always the same. That was never a red card. I don't care what. Nobody will convince me otherwise. Nobody. And I'm not even going to ask anybody their opinion because I don't care, because I'm old school football. That was a trip. The foul on Bentancur that they're all giving out about was a trip. It was late. It was stupid. It was yellow, not a red. And the one telling factor was the fact that the Sky Sports commentators were shocked when it was given. Everyone around them, I think even the Spurs players were shocked when it was given. So anyway. There
was a big pile-in by the Spurs players as well, and Brendan Johnson came in and there was pushing and shoving and everything.
Brendan Johnson should have been booked as well. Brendan Johnson for his reaction should have been booked. The encroachment onto the pitch by the whole Spurs backroom team, and nothing, absolutely nothing. Just all he was concerned with was sending off John McGinn. And look, that's only a small talking point from the game. We were beaten by the better side. That is the most important thing today. At 2-0, even with down to 10 men, I still didn't think we were out of the game. Obviously, they scored after 91 and 94 minutes, whatever it was. That's going to happen when you're playing such a high octane game with 10 men. I've absolutely no problem with the scoreline. I do have a problem with the red card, and I do have a problem that we're going into the next 3 games without John McGinn. So, we always talk about the players that we can live without or can't live without. John McGinn is definitely one of them. He's probably second in the list behind Emi Martinez as being irreplaceable. So, so now we're heading into, I won't say 3 big games because they're not going to fucking give us anything against Man City, and to be fair, we'll probably be beaten by the better side anyway. But we just have to we just have to go and regroup and see how do we go and beat West Ham and Wolves and keep this dream alive, because before we know it, they will find a way to get Man United to overtake us. And for now, all we need to do is do our own job. And it's just bloody annoying that it's going to be without John McGinn.
Yeah, and as I say, like I'm not saying this for an argument or anything. I don't care if some of you guys think that it wasn't a red card. If some of you do, that's absolutely fine. I can understand why the referee's given a red card there. I can understand why VAR went in and went, okay, he's given it on field. We're not going to overturn it for something like that. And as I say, for me, the galling thing for me is like, look where the free is. Like, I'm like, oh, for God's sake. But anyway, you said one thing there, Paddy, and I meant to say at the very start as well. We were beaten by the better side, and that this isn't. We're not crowing about a smash and grab here or anything like that, or that the red card was a big factor. We were 2-0 down at that stage. The big talking point, the reason I bring for the red card, as you said and as I said previously, was it is the Wolves game, it is the West Ham game, and it is the Man City game where we will be without our captain, and that's the bit that has me itchy after this game. Not so much the last look, whether it's 2-0 or whether it's 4-0, you don't want to lose games, and it's still going to sting an awful lot. The goal difference part is also a bit of a kick in the hole, but as I say, being without somebody for 3 games, I don't think we'll appeal it. I don't think it'll be reduced on appeal. I don't think appeal will go anywhere. They don't tend to, but look, as I say, it's going to be what it is from here on. Maybe the club do appeal it, I don't know, but I'd
be surprised if they don't. I'll be both surprised and disappointed if they don't, and that's just my opinion. People are entitled to their opinion. You have me on here to give mine. I will be bitterly disappointed if the club don't appeal it.
Yeah.
Regardless of where it goes, I have no faith in the system to overturn it. But I'd be bitterly disappointed if they don't make their point and at least try, because I think that's at least what we deserve as fans.
Yeah, and look, you say we'll see what comes from that. We'll see what comes from that for sure. I think Spurs will be sweating a small bit after this, not because of the result, but Mickey van de Ven, who I'm just going to say it now, there's a lot of talk about Virgil van Dijk, there's a lot of talk about Gabriel, there's a lot of talk about Saliba being the best centre-half in the Premier League. I think Mickey van de Ven, and next year people are going to be talking about. I thought he's a super player. I thought he just looks like a freak in the field, doesn't he? I think he's very good. Anyway,
Neil, since Sky Sports wanted to know when a big club was going to come in for Ollie Watkins, when is a big club going to come in for Mickey van de Ven? I've lost you, have I?
Uh-oh.
I think I've lost you.
Yeah, I lost you there, Paddy. My potato-powered internet. Come
I
again.
said to you, seeing as before the match, Sky Sports wanted to know if a big team was going to come in for Ollie Watkins. I want to know when a big team is coming in for Mickey van der Ven.
I
think you're gone, Neil.
And you guys probably lost me again. Yeah, you probably lost me again there. I don't know if I'm back now. Blink twice, Paddy, if you can hear me. But no, I just think he's really good. And he went down with an injury. And to be honest with you, we were 0-0 when he went down with an injury. And there was me thinking, do you know what? We could capitalize on this because we
perfect.
actually went. We went
And then we went
in the
to
first
sleep.
half.
Yeah,
that was it. We went down his side, and he absolutely, like, the speed of him for a man that big. He's actually, like, athletically, he's freakish. Like a big barrel chest in him, able to get across the ground really quickly. And we tested him. We tried to test him with pace a couple of times. He came back. He tackled Watkins. I know people will say maybe that was a penalty. In real time, I didn't think it was a penalty, and I don't even remember what it was in the replay. But then he goes off, and they bring on Jagason, and I'm like, okay, now we can target both centre halves, because we did start to target Romero for a bit afterwards. And then literally almost, I think it was 2 minutes afterwards, if not a minute after Van de Ven goes off, we can see to James Maddison, the only man in the box in between our two centre halves. The cross was good, but my God, we have to do better than that. You have to do better than that when you're defending a cross, I think. But and that was where it really started. Goal then another 3 minutes later. So sloppy. I mean, that pass into Tielemans. You don't play that pass to Tielemans. Ever in a million years, you do not play that pass to Tielemans. He's not athletic enough. He's not strong enough to get his arse around the ball or anything. And we lose it. Brendan Johnson gets it. In fairness, Martinez gets his hand to it and pushes it up, but it pushes it into the roof of the net. And we're 2-0 down. And even me, one of the most ardent Villa fans, was thinking, I don't know, can we come back from this one? We had a half an hour, we'd 35 minutes left to play at that stage, and we looked like that was a real deflation. But that goal was so silly to concede that yeah, I hope Emery starts stripping paint off the dressing room over that goal at some stage during the week, because we can't concede those goals. Like, they will be the goals that will be remembered at the end of the season. In games like it. I think I'm back, and I don't know how much you heard of me there, but it was absolutely fucking brilliant what I said.
Fair play to you.
It was absolutely brilliant.
Look, it's I think this is a turning point in our season. It's up to the players and the managers now how we respond from this. If we go out of Europe in midweek, the season could effectively be over. Because we could be overtaken very quickly in this league. So it's all about recovery now and getting on to Thursday and getting Thursday out of our way and getting the win against Ajax before we're going to have to beat West Ham on Sunday. We are 100% going to have to win that game. We are going to have to beat Wolves the following week. And we know we're getting nothing out of Man City. But these games, if we keep winning these games, it'll keep us in at least fifth. And that's going to be a hard ask without John McGinn. But we'll just have to do our best.
Absolutely. I don't know how reliable my internet is going to be, and I do have a small bit more to say about this, as I say, because it's crucial moments at crucial times this season that we've looked less than, and how will I put it? We've looked afraid in the moment at times, and I just don't know how my internet is gonna hold up. So I don't want to go on a massive soliloquy about it and talk to nobody and everybody, I suppose, at the same time with regards to it. But beat United at Christmas time, beat United after Christmas, 2 big games. We didn't, we didn't come out of the traps, and we didn't get the result we wanted. Sheffield United didn't get the result we wanted. Newcastle didn't get the result we wanted. And now again today, when we had a lot on the line today, to get those 3 points, create that 8-point buffer zone, we didn't get the result we wanted. And I'm not giving up hope. Jesus, don't get me wrong. I still think that we will have a lot more happier days between now and the end of the season. But we need to start, like, not when we go down, and when we're in a situation where we're down 2-0, we need to stop turn those 2-0s into 4-0. like we did against Newcastle when it was 5-1 at the start of the season, and Liverpool, and obviously Newcastle more recently as well. So those things have to stop happening. We can't just keep on going gung ho and then just conceding late goals like we do, because it's a big demoralization. Well, it hasn't been, I suppose, a demoralization for the club so far, because we've always bounced back, but it's not something that you want to have as a habit, or you want it to become habitual, I suppose.
No. And look, it's a hard one to take, given that we've lost McGinn. I think at 2-0, I would have taken the 2-0 and said, look, bad day at the office. We didn't get going. We didn't lay a glove on them really. And then just that decision has just ruined the whole thing now. And it's a tough one to take. It's a tough one to take today, because it wasn't a 4-0 game. Obviously they won 4-0, but I think we had, other than the 4 goals, they only had one other shot on target, and I think that was a cross that Brennan Johnson hit the near post, and Emi Martinez get down to it. So, but only one shot on target throughout the game. Obviously that has a lot to do with the fact that we had a player sent off. What minute was he sent off in? Sorry, should have checked that.
He was sent off in the... Give me a second there. I had who score open. I just closed it because I was thinking of wrapping up the... He was sent off in the 65th minute. Yeah, 65th minute. And they, yeah.
So we played 35 minutes without the extra man, with being a man down. So that's going to be tough on the legs as well for everyone else. We conceded 2 very late on. When you think about it, I remember seeing Ollie Watkins being pulled at the edge of the box and no free kick given. They went down the other end and Zaniolo's pulled at the edge of his box, free kick given. And you're just looking at the fine margins. We get a free kick on the edge of the box, just something to change it. And we're just not getting the decisions. You're not getting decisions against the greedy 6. It's just impossible. So, look,
whether we talk about decisions or not, it was our decisions that cost us. Like playing that ball into Tielemans is never a ball you should play.
No.
And then
who played that ball? Was that Konza or Douglas Luiz?
I think it was. I don't know. I'm going to say, I thought it was Konza, but now that you said it was Douglas Luiz, I went, it could have been Douglas Luiz as well. But playing that ball into Tielemans where he was not the option. And look, armchair fans, and we've got the view of the whole field and everything. And when you're looking down on a pitch level view, maybe it looked perfect, but that's a frustrating one, because the person who had the ball had just was past 2 Spurs players. So you lose the ball in that instance. There's 2 Spurs players with only you there, and you're 5 yards ahead of them. You ain't making up that ground. So it was way too risky, even with our high risk football. That was way too risky to play. And for me, I think that there will be pains ripped off the wall when Unai starts screaming and shouting about that.
And to be fair,
that one was a killer.
I think we got away with a few balls similar to that throughout the game, and just a matter of time we were caught out on it, unfortunately. But look, we were negative from the start. We decided to go with a back 3, back 5, whatever you want to call it, and invite them onto us. Where when we went with the long ball, maybe a Diaby running off the shoulder of the defender as opposed to Watkins was probably the answer. Diaby didn't do a whole pile when he came on, neither did Zaniolo, but I just felt if you're going to go with that long ball, like if anyone's going to beat Mickey van de Ven or any of the others off the shoulder, Diaby was the one that was going to do it. But look, we don't pick the team. I think tactically we got it wrong today. As I said, I'm putting my hands up and saying we were beaten by the better team. I'm just sour after the red card, really, really sour for lots of reasons. I just don't think if that happens anywhere else on the pitch, it's a red card. It's the fact that it happened right in front of the bench, the way they got involved, the way Brendan Johnson got involved, the reaction way over the fucking top, disgraceful, carry on, and I got him sent off. And nothing will convince me otherwise. I don't care who tells me otherwise. That's my opinion, and that is what's going to hurt us in the coming weeks. Is not having John McGinn's effervescent self in the middle of the park. So we got to draw a line under it now and figure out how we go and live life for the next 3 games without John McGinn. And obviously we'll have him Thursday night because it doesn't affect the European competition. that might have helped us if it did. If we could sit out that one, but it's only a league competition that he's, or FA Cup or which we're out of. So we'll just have to do without him for the 3 games.
Absolutely. Well, listen, look, we're going to leave it at that because I'm getting all sorts of notifications here saying that your internet is absolutely my internet is absolutely shite. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Not a post-match podcast we wanted to be doing, but you know, we always have to do them. Well, we don't have to do them, but we always do them, and we always talk about them. And today was certainly one that I think every single Aston Villa player will look at themselves and go, "Yeah, I wish I had that game back again." And Spurs were the better team today, so we just got to suck it up now and see where the next 10 games take us in the league. And as you say, deal with the next 3 without John McGinn. But thanks so much to everybody for joining us. There's 758 people here at the moment. Please give us a thumbs up if you're watching us on Twitter. Just pop over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel over on YouTube or whatever. You might get a better feed over there as well. But if you're not and you're already on YouTube already, please click that like button. And we will be back again with a pre-match for Ajax and Team Sheet Tantrum and post-match for Ajax as well during the week. So hopefully we'll see you then. Try and have a good Sunday after that. And until the next time, everybody stay safe, stay healthy. And all that's left to say is up the Villa.
Up the Villa.